It's okay. I won't hurt you. Who are you, kid?
I'm Lucan. My dad told me to never talk to strangers. But you don't look like the soldiers that burned down the town. I hid here when the monsters came. The soldiers, they led the monsters into the town when he attacked one of the monsters. He saved me. I hope he's okay. I wish I had held on to my dad's hand. I hope he's safe. I want him to come get me.
Who is Sam?
Sam is my best friend. He saved me from the monsters. I hope he is okay. If you find him, can you bring him here? I feel safer when he's with me.
What happened to your dad?
I don't know. When the soldiers came, my dad and I were running in the street.
She's gone. How did this happen? How can I go on? Setharus, save their souls. She's gone.
Lucan and I are finally settling in. Now that the move to Talju is complete, eager to begin delving further into the Week of Peace. This new line of research is a breath of fresh air. I was beginning to lose my mind with the constant frustrations of my Blood Queen research. Talju is the only place in Hadia that still celebrates the Week of Peace, even in stark defiance of it being outlawed almost a decade ago. I'm glad someone is preserving our heritage. I grew up celebrating the Week of Peace, and it has always fascinated me. What was its original purpose? Why did Yankel outlaw it in the 80s? I hope to find some answers here. It's good to be back among my fellow Palamists. There is a real sense of community in this town. I've also applied for a teaching job at the local school. I can see Lucan and I building a nice life here.
So much fire. The heat. Shadows in the ashes. No, Cass, run! They chased me. I got cut. Bad. They have no faces. What happened? Where's my family? It's dark. I need to close up the bakery and go home.
Thethyrus, grant us mercy. Deliver us from our sins, that we may walk under your gaze. Deliver us from the fire and brimstone cast upon us. Thethyrus, grant us strength. As demons walk among us, so shall we walk the path of righteousness. We shall answer your wrath with a lifetime of penitence.
How could I have let go of his hand? I know he's out there somewhere.
And who are you?
I'm Caspian. I taught history at the school here in town. My son, Lucan, is out there somewhere, alone and terrified. I'm not leaving this hellhole without him. Whatever those are, they don't seem to give a rat's ass if you're a Sab or a Palamist. They are making it impossible to search for Lucan.
I found your son. What do you want me to do?
Thanks, Thethyrus. I knew he was alive. Take this walkie-talkie. Please give it to him. I'll handle it from there.
What do you know about this symbol?
I can give you a history lesson, but I need help. If you want to know more about this symbol, help me find my son, and I'll tell you everything I know.
What do you know about this symbol?
I can give...
What do you know about...
I can...
My husband volunteered to stay behind when his Deimos division got called away to the south. He wanted to protect me. I'd suffered these burns 1,000 times to bring him back. Our defender. My hero.
Why did Zethyrus do this?
I am doing all I can here. I can't work miracles. I am not equipped to deal with all of these burns. What a mess. This poor boy. His entire family died in an instant. Artillery shell. And I was lucky enough to find him when I did. We're trying to organize an evac soon, but I need to know that we aren't leaving anyone behind. There has to be more survivors out there. The problem is we have no idea where they are, and if we could spot their location...
Just a couple flesh wounds. I'll be fine. If anything happens to Sila, or the baby, I need to get them out of here.
How can I bring a child into a place like this? What do I tell them? How do I protect them against this much hatred? I can't do this without Solemn. Fia said his injuries are quite serious, and I fear for the worst. Zethyrus, help us.
Save it for someone who needs it. Save it for someone who needs it.
We don't need this.
I hope my dad comes to get me soon.
Is Caspian your dad?
Yes, my dad's name is Caspian. Hello?
Lucan! Thanks, Zephyrus. Are you hurt?
Dad! No, but I think Sam is.
I'm sure he's okay. Where are you?
I'm at the school in the maintenance room.
Okay, listen to me. Stay right where you are. I'm coming to get you.
I'm sorry I ran away, Dad.
It's okay, Lucan. The important thing is that you're safe. I'll be there soon.
I hope my dad comes to...
Are you gonna be okay?
My dad said to stay put. I'm going to listen...
Thank you for finding my son. It pains me to ask you for another favor.
I found your son. What do you want me to do?
We need to get out of here, but those things are roaming around our truck in the parking lot behind the town hall. Get rid of the creatures, and I'll tell you about the symbol. Take this key. It unlocks the parking lot's security booth, right next to where the Sabs hung our brave soldiers. Thank you for finding my son. We'll go get him while you get rid of that horrible thing in the parking lot.
so happy to be with my dad again. We left Tris to come here. My mom died of cancer. I think my dad was too sad to stay in our home, so we came here. I didn't like it here. The kids at school were mean to me, and Sam was my only friend. I don't want to live here anymore. I want my dad, Sam, and me to leave Hadia and never come back. My dad wants us to win the war. I don't care anymore. I just want to go to camp with the nice soldiers. My dad told me about the soldiers who wear the blue helmets. We're going to their camp, which has doctors and a lot of food. Dad also told me that they have lots of kids' toys. I hope... The lessons at school talk about the Savs. The teacher said they were evil and dangerous. My dad said the same thing. They're right. Look at what they did. We're the good guys. It's like in my comic book, The Sons of Palom. That's the codename for Hadia's highly trained special mission force. They defend Hadian freedom against the Serpent Brotherhood, a ruthless terrorist organization determined to rule Hadia by force. Serpent Fang, their leader, always wants to take over Hadia by force, but the Sons of Palom always fight back and win. They use super cool weapons to harness the power of Setharus. You should really read it. When the soldiers left, I went to the playground. My dad always told me to go there if I ever got lost. I was waiting on the swing, but then Sam suddenly ran off. He does that sometimes when he smells something. It came out of the smoke and I ran away, and it came after me. It tried to grab me, but then Sam attacked it. I've never seen Sam so angry before. He bit the monster on the arm and wouldn't let go. I ran away to school, and that was the last time I saw Sam. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Are you gonna be okay?
Yes. My dad told me we were leaving soon. I just hope Sam will find us before we go.
Thank you for clearing the demons. Now we can get out of here. I've devoted to gating Hadia's past. Our country has a vast and rich history. However, it's wreathed in mystery. Every stone I've turned leads to a dead end. There are entire sections in our timeline that seem to appear and disappear as if someone had purposefully created or erased history. I know I sound like a conspiracy theorist, but it's true. Take the Week of Peace as an example. Roughly 1,000 years ago, they decided that every 33 years, the first week of January is a time of reflection and humility. Traditions like this are usually rooted in religion, astrological alignments, or mythology. Not this one. It just... Urian Yanko outlawed the Week of Peace. Why? It makes no sense unless you want a war. Like any war, several causes and events lead up to its inevitability. I can tell you how this nightmare started, but I will spare you the history lesson. It's a waste of time. Now that I think of it, it doesn't matter what started the war. It doesn't. What's the point of knowing why when no one ever learns from it? I've taught history for most of my life. I used to think that information and knowledge would prevent such things from happening. What matters now is that this nightmare ends with a Palamist victory. It's the victors who write history. Thanks, Zetheris, for the peacekeepers. They set up a refugee camp at the eastern border. We will all head to their camp as soon as possible. I think it's a beautiful idea to have soldiers defend and provide for the victims of war. They are an example to follow. If the outside world has an army that prevents wars, Lucan and I should consider leaving Hadia for good. Sabs are brutes, thugs, and war criminals. Look outside. Do you need any more proof? Their history is littered with examples of their hubris, cruelty, and complete disregard for their fellow citizens. Talju is but one example of the many atrocities they committed in our history. Sabs are cowards. Our brave soldiers of the Deimos Division were forced to reduce their numbers here in Talju. They were deployed to help the others besieged in the Illigad Valley. Do you think the Sabs would have attacked Talju in a fair fight? Not a chance. Never trust a Sab. Ever. I conversed with one of our brave Deimos soldiers a few weeks ago. He told me that the siege of Leith was going well, and they were on the verge of taking the city. Can you imagine what that would do? It would bring us closer to total victory. It would force the AAF to split its forces, giving our boys a chance to liberate Umbrahan. Without the demons, we would be on our way to a decisive victory. When the Sab soldiers left, I went out looking for Lucan. I heard an explosion, and all these demons stormed the streets. One of them almost got me. I barely made it back here. When I finally managed to calm down, I looked out the window, and the demons were all over the streets. I noticed something. The holes in the demons have strange patterns. I couldn't believe my eyes. The same patterns are found all over Hadean culture. You can observe archways, staircases, columns, books, art, ancient artifacts, and even clothing. I have always wondered about the source of inspiration for these strange patterns. I could never connect the dots. Now it's clearer than Lake Sinan's waters.
Now, tell me what you know.
This symbol represents the matron saint of Southern Argola. You may have noticed that some vehicles and flags have the same symbol. They belong to the Deimos Division. They worship her. She was initially... It was as if someone had erased her from history. She has another name. The Blood Queen.
Who is the Blood Queen?
The Blood Queen has always been a symbol of resistance against Sabinian oppression. Several statues bearing her screaming face were erected all over southern Argola. If I were you, I would go to Maristan. The statue is carved directly into the cliffside next to the village. You can go inside her head. It's hollowed out. Strange symbols are etched on the stone walls inside. I never figured out how to translate them. Perhaps you will have better luck uncovering the secrets of this enigmatic monarch.